Something a little bit different today. We're going on a dinghy ride. And there's a lot to see because all around here these different little spaces, but we're going to go and investigate them all and talk about dinghies. No, not really. It has taken so long to get a working motor. Well, you do have an idea because I've talked about it, but really, man. And I also gave this one an upgrade. See? 50 freaking horsepower. You do have to keep a bit of an eye out for other boats because they kind of zip by here, sometimes a little faster than they should, but it's all right. We are now going west. You can see right ahead of me there. I'm trying to get a mural painted on this grey wall. They haven't finished it yet, so there's no hurry, but I have found a mural artist and I got permission from the Marina. The Marina's like, yeah, that's a great idea. I just need to contact the local council and the arts council in Malta as well, because they might even help. I'm not sure. We'll see. All my friends have left. The Naughty Cats are out in Corfu. Gerald's in Sicily. Everyone, they've all left. They've all left me, bastards. One of the nice things about this marina is it's got all sorts of boats in. Like this one here is an old motor sailor. It's a kind of cool looking thing. So it's primarily a sailing boat, but it's also a motorboat, so you don't have to feel guilty about using the motor. So the marina office is just back over there, and here are some nice boats, a little bit bigger than mine. So down this way there's the chandlery, which is super useful. They have just about everything there, and if they don't have it, there's a kind of sister chandlery a couple of K that way, and you can just go over there and they've got like 4 stories of everything. So down here we have the one of the 2 slipways. Such a beautiful day today. And considering we're about 3K away from actual deep water, the water in here is really clean. You see fish in it all the time. And if you see fish, you know it's clean. I've never really come across a bad marina anywhere. They've always been pretty good. Some are just better than others because there's less commercial traffic. But this one's pretty good. This used to be an old naval dock, so the water is actually pretty deep. We've got 9 meters under the boat right now, so I can see the bottom. And this is the other slipway just here. People use this one more often. It's also a good spot to top up with fuel. This section here is where all the little fishing boats are. That's where the chandler is, Gauchi Borda. But it's closed today because it's a Sunday. That boat's called Dave Steve, which means I partly own it, I think. Me and a cat called Dave. Just up there is a really nice little post office. And over there is the bus stop that takes you up to Valletta, which is about 3 or 4K away. I have a card and it's about €1.20 for a ride, and that ride lasts for 2 hours. So if you get another bus, it doesn't charge you any extra. So it's a good system and it's cheap. That's very cheap. 120 for a ride like that on a bus? Not bad at all. There you'll see the local, that's the national bird of Malta, the crane. Most people sit on the edge, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense, because it's super easy to fall in if you bump something or get caught on anything and the dinghy stops, you're going in the water. So the best way I find is to just relax like this, and you've got a nice soft backrest here, the feet are all stretched out, and you're not going to fall in the water if the boat stops all of a sudden. This is better. But I think people think it's a bit funny when they see me cruising past and my legs like that. You know, people wave at you. You're just going past a cafe and people are like, "Hey, how you doing?" It's very friendly. I like that. Just doing this chap a favour. He just asked me if I could go and pick up something that fell in the water. My pleasure. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Just doing the Lord's work. I find people in Malta are very chatty. They like to talk, and they have no problem saying hello to you. I mean, I find that in France as well. I've always found Europe to be very friendly. Germans are friendly, Italians are friendly, and the French are really friendly. If you try and walk past a person in the morning, or if you're out on a walk and you walk past them and you don't say bonjour, they'll stare at you like, what the fuck? So you just get into the habit of just saying bonjour to everybody. And oddly enough, one of the thank yous that you say to people in Malta is gracias. It's like, it's just Italian, it's just straight Italian. So this boat has a thing called a deck saloon, which I think is much more preferable, because a lot of the boats, the sailing boats, you're kind of down in a cave and there's no windows, which is a shame, because you know the view is probably quite beautiful, like this one here on the left, right? You can't see out of that boat, but this one's got a deck saloon, which is nice. And then over there, that brown building is the immigration police. So if you need to do anything with the immigration police, like checking in and checking out and stuff, then they're very efficient, and it just takes about 30 seconds. You're in and you're out, that's it. And because I'm a creative person, I created this art piece here. It started out because I made a big whoopsie by putting a big hole in the dinghy, and then I've been trying to seal it up, but every now and again it'll like leak a little bit, and it's a bit puffy, but I can't be bothered to pull it all off and start again. One day I will, but until then I just patch it up and make this little patchwork of creativity. It makes me feel in touch with my artistic side. This outboard here, this one actually came with the boat. I didn't know I had it. I'd owned the boat about 2 months, and then I opened this one little cabinet and there was an outboard in there. I tried to start it and it didn't start, but I had it serviced and they got it running, but it never ran very well, so I've had lots of outboard problems, but now it runs great. This is a little safety thing, so that if I'm out a little bit further away from the shore, you clip this on. It's a rather nice cruiser called Alicanera. It's British. Apparently everyone in Britain has a lot of money. You'd think it was the motorboats that came in and out of here a bit fast, but it's actually the sailing boats. The bigger sailing boats are the worst speed offenders, because they're just like, yeah, we're going out, and then off they go. And the speed limit in here is 3 knots, but they're doing about 6, so, you know. And doing 6 knots is totally fine, unless there's another boat coming out and they're coming this way, because those big boats don't slow down very fast. And I almost saw some boats collide, because one was coming this way, one was coming this way, they weren't paying attention, and you suddenly heard the motor going, "Wah!" They stopped, they didn't hit each other, but it's a little bit close. This part of the marina complex, because there's several marinas here, is actually Valletta Marina, and it's got a lot of very nice boats, including this purple beast here. But it's a bit more expensive, and honestly the location's not quite as good, because there's not quite as many shops around here as there are around my marina. So it's very nice, but I think it's for people who just want to keep their boats here. But as I said, it's a bit more expensive than my marina, but you know, it's nice. And that's not really a 50 horsepower motor, as I'm sure you understand, but I'm sure a couple of people look at it and go, wow, that little thing, 50 horsepower? Yeah, right. And here we have the Black Pearl, which was used in the film Popeye. This marina here is called Roland Marina, and it's got a lot of big nice boats in it. And then down there is Garden Marina, that also has some big nice boats in it. And then that's Manoel Island Marina, just behind me, and that has smaller boats. So there's plenty of marinas right around here. Anyway, we're just off to get some fuel, and then go adventure in Cinema Creek, just that way. This place up here is where I get my fuel for the dinghy. A couple of months ago, I stayed here for 2 months. It's free. You're just politely, nicely use someone else's mooring buoy, but if they ask you to move, you just smile and move. So not a problem. But I might end up back here next year, because I might need to save money, and this is free and that's not free. There's plenty of little supermarkets and restaurants and cafes and bars all along this whole area. So if you've ever been to Malta, I'm sure you've been here before. So that one is Ed's boat, and that is Nick's boat, and the one in front I think is Sam's boat. Greetings! And that's Tony's boat. Tony's the one he's good at fixing stuff. And this is Ed's boat. He comes from Sweden, and it's a little friendly flag up there. And that there behind me is Manoa Island boatyard. It's a pretty comprehensive boatyard. It's been there a long time, and they actually fix up some pretty big boats. So that completes our little tour of Taj Beach and surrounding marinas. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you did, maybe you could subscribe or at least hit the like button or whatever. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye bye.